Flat earthers typically try to prove that the earth is flat a number of ways. One of the ones you've probably seen on YouTube or other places, they'll put a level on the ground.
Man, I love living on Earth. Not that I have anything to compare it to. This globe just brings me so much joy. But some interesting questions have been raised in recent years. Is the Earth actually round? I decided to go online and find out more about flat Earth theory. But all my research just turned up with strange images and confusing experiments that I just couldn't wrap my head around. So I decided I needed to hit the streets. What do the public know about flat Earth? And also, do they actually believe in it? I mean, besides, there's no harm in conspiracy theories, right? Do you know about flat Earth theory?
I do, and I think it's both.
I've heard it more of a joke than something serious.
I've heard two versions. One, you take a step and you flip to the other side of the earth, and the other one is you fall off.
No, I just think it's crazy how people just think the world is flat. I can't wrap my head around it.
I know Flat Earth believes that the Earth is flat, like a map, and it's not a globe. But the other planets, they believe the other planets are actually circular and spherical, but not the Earth for some reason.
Well, yeah, they can see them.
This here is my good friend James. James is a bit of an expert in regards to flat Earth theory and conspiracy theories in general.
The physical idea of how it actually works and looks. It pretty much looks like a plate, like a flat plate, like a dinner plate, with like a bit of edging on the side. That edging is the Arctic Circle. That's all of the ice and stuff that surrounds everything. That keeps the oceans in. Because if it were perfectly flat, there'd be a bunch of water falling off the side. So we need to keep that in. We got to keep that in. There's also obviously land. That's the continents. They sit in that plate. And that plate, now gravity isn't a thing because why would it be a thing? So instead, that plate with the Earth and the water are shooting upwards at the same rate as the sun, which is not going around the flat plate Earth. It is going like in a circle above it and like a flashlight directing light straight down.
I decided to take the things that James has been telling me and put them to the test. I set up my own experiment using a flashlight, some string, and a reflective disc. I hung that flashlight from the ceiling, spun it around a little bit. Surprisingly enough, it actually worked. Is this proof that flat Earth exists? Do flat earthers have ground to stand on? I'm not too sure, but I can't help deny that I actually had fun. The appeal of these theories and experiments they make sense. Besides, there are no harm in conspiracy theories. They're just all good fun, right?
No, I think it's 100% good for the society because if it is true, then we're seeking the truth. But if it's not true, then it's just opening people's minds to see what other people are thinking.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're dangerous. I feel like it's good for people to at least hear about them, not necessarily have to believe everything.
I don't think they're dangerous, but certain ones can be, but most of them can be harmless.
It's kind of fun. Tell me, believing in something, that's totally crazy, like Bush did, 9/11 or something, like people want to believe in stuff like that.
I mean, if people take it too seriously, yeah, but they're fun.
I think it's a very dangerous thing because people are so consumed with the entertainment part of it, it becomes the truth. And I think the lack of investigative work and the lack of vetting of facts and research tends to sway away from the actual facts of all of these different events.
This is Joshua Donahue. He's a professor of history here at my college, and he has a lot to say on conspiracy theories and the dangers that they pose to society.
Some of them are just completely outrageous to the point where you're literally altering history. You're doctoring photographs, you're doctoring videos, you're blurring images, and you're putting circles around things that really aren't there. So for purposes of the wilder conspiracy theories, I think that takes away from the whole conversation of what we're really trying to look at, I should say. The JFK assassination in particular really was, and I still think will always be the one, but we will never get the full picture of what really happened there. There will always be questions, there will always be doubts, but the more outlandish conspiracy theories become, you're getting further and further away from the scope of the truth.
Flat Earth is as silly as some of these other ideas. I don't necessarily think it's as dangerous as some ideas, but it stems from the same place. People who say that the Holocaust didn't happen.
I'm aware that there are a certain group of people that deny that there was any sort of mass genocide of Jews, POWs, gypsies, and all that during Nazi Germany during World War II. They just deny that there was like a systematic killing of certain groups.
Okay, first of all, you can't really like deny like thousands of people like account for like what happened, but I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion.
In terms of the Holocaust denial, I went to Germany a number of years back. I went to, they had an exhibit there that was only there for a limited time. It was the German crimes against the Jews, it was called. And the one part of the exhibit that struck me the most was there was a glass case that had a Holocaust survivor's uniform, just the stripes, the gray and black striped uniform that was there. And the one thing that I looked down, and this struck me probably the most, was that they had the Star of David that they were giving out and labeling you as a Jew with the Star of David throughout that time. And it was just on a roll, like a paper towel, like a roll, just sheets of them, just so indiscriminately, just to cut them out and just sort of distribute them like this. And there was just this long, long roll of them. And that really struck me, saying that how could someone deny that this could have taken place?
What's needed to achieve that conclusion is dangerous. You have too many people very, very willing to accept anti-intellectual ideas based in nonsense, based in not science, based in not fact. And they, if they can believe that, what else could they believe? How deep can they go at certain things? Could that lead them towards danger? Now we're talking about slippery slope.
It leads to anti-intellectualism at the end of the day. That we're ignoring the facts, and that we're, again, more sort of living in a culture of reality and reality shows where we think drama and entertainment value of things are more important than historical facts and events and truths. We really have to start to re-examine what we're talking and looking at here, because this could have serious implications in terms of overall world events, and really for the human race in general.
I've learned a lot over these past few days, thanks to the help of James and Professor Donahue. And as much fun as I had, conspiracy theories do need to be taken with a grain of salt, because they can actually cause real-world issues. Now, I can't dissuade someone from their beliefs and tell them how to think, but I can pose this question. Do you know where the line is?